Here's your forecast first, brought to you by Toyota.
A little bit of a chilly evening developing, but warm temperatures are on the return tomorrow. We're going to have that lasting through the start of the week, but it will quickly change. Right now we're sitting at 32 degrees here in the Quad Cities, 38 in Princeton, 32 as well out in Iowa City. Satellite and radar shows a little bit of cloud cover early on. That has cleared out, and we've got a pretty nice night on the way with a full moon out there. So get out there and look at that if you can. Right now, looking at our forecast first, 37 degrees overnight tonight around 11 p.m. Getting to the lower 30s, upper 20s for our low. And then warm temperatures tomorrow will cool down later in the week. I'll have more on that coming up right here on Local 4 News at 10.
One of the 2020 presidential candidates makes a stop in Davenport while he says he's on the campaign trail so early. And an early Christmas for some local children. Why kids at Cayaba Shriners are feeling extra thankful this holiday season.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for choosing Local 4 News at 10. I'm Redrick Terry. Davenport police are investigating 3 separate incidents happening last night and early this morning. It is tonight's top story. A Davenport man is arrested after hitting and pulling a gun on a Davenport police officer. Police say 24-year-old Alexander John Noel was pulled over yesterday just before 5 p.m. near North Division and West 14th Street. They say Noel tried to escape police, punching an officer in the process. That officer then got a hold of Noel, and that's when police say he pulled a gun on the officer. The extent of that officer's injuries are unknown at this time. Noel is in the Scott County Jail facing multiple charges, including assault of a police officer. And Davenport police are also investigating an armed robbery that took place at a Happy Joe's restaurant yesterday. They say it happened just before 7 o'clock last night. That's when they say a male came into the Happy Joe's on Rockingham Road and demanded money holding a gun. The suspect made off with an undisclosed amount of cash. No injuries were reported. And this morning, police responded to a shots fired report on the 1400th block of Bridge Avenue in Davenport. That took place just after midnight. Officers say they found shell casings at the scene and one home in the area was hit. No other injuries were reported. Police ask anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers. The first Democrat to enter the 2020 presidential race is visiting Iowa once again. Your local election headquarters was there as he made a stop in Davenport this morning. Maryland Congressman John Delaney announced his candidacy this past summer. He met with Scott County Democrats in Davenport today. Some of the topics of discussion: the importance of health care reform. He says he favors a system that doesn't have one single payer. Throughout the meeting, he listened to people's most pressing concerns. And despite the presidential race being a few years away, Delaney says it's never too early to start campaigning.
Being president of the United States is obviously the most important job in this country, and considering the singular leadership role we have in the world, it's the most important job in the world. And so I think having more time to listen to people, introduce myself to the citizens, give them an opportunity to get to know me, how I've lived my life, what I care about, what I'll do as president, strikes me as a huge asset.
And this was just one of the more than 10 stops Delaney says he'll make in Iowa this weekend. For kids battling diseases and difficult conditions, it can sometimes be difficult to celebrate this time of year. But Christmas has come early for some young local patients and their families at Cayaba Shriners in Davenport. Their annual party helps spread some holiday cheer and even featured a visit from Santa himself. Local 4 Sean Logging joins us from the newsroom with what gift the group provides to their kids and their families year-round. Sean?
Redrick, Cayaba Shriners might be known for wearing a fez and driving goofy cars in parades, but that doesn't even scratch the surface when it comes to what this local group achieves. On a weekly or monthly basis, they drive Shriner patients to hospitals in Chicago, the Twin Cities, and St. Louis to help take a worry off the shoulders of families.
These fellows volunteer to drive because they enjoy doing that kind of work.
Those drivers and the kids and families they help gathered around the Christmas tree to collect an early gift and tell Santa what they're hoping to get on Christmas Day.
You like seeing Santa Claus come?
For many here, the greatest present of all are the ones doctors are providing year-round. For 13-year-old Connor Proctor, it's the ability to walk after being born with 2 severe club feet.
They fixed my feet.
It's been a dramatic change for Connor and his family over the last 2 years.
He walked on the sides of his feet, and he had bulges on the sides of his feet, and now he doesn't.
Before arriving at Shriners Hospital, this monster truck fan could have faced a drastically different life. His previous providers were looking to amputate his legs after running out of treatment options. But thanks to Shriners, he can enjoy just being a kid.
Has both legs, and he can walk straight, and he can run, he can jump, and he can go play.
The care that Connor and all these other kids receive doesn't come at a price or distance.
All the care at the hospitals is done regardless of the family's ability to pay. And just for us to offer free transportation to the hospitals, it makes it a lot easier for the patients to travel that distance.
Keaba Shriners helps to provide rides to some of the 300 patients in this area. One of the volunteers even has his own plane he uses to help transport those patients, which Connor and his family got to ride in. In the newsroom, Sean Logging, Local 4 News.
All right, Sean, thank you. A local food pantry is aiming to end food insecurity in the area. The Davenport Community Food Pantry is located inside the J.B. Young Center. Today, the Jaycees of the Quad Cities spent time helping families get much-needed items. Organizers say on average about 140 families stop by each day they're open. They say food insecurity is a prominent issue in the community, and they're hoping to help, especially during the holidays.
And that money can be put towards a car repair or a bill that wasn't able to be paid, or just working on moving themselves that much forward. And then this can just be one need that they don't have to worry about for that week.
And the pantry is always looking for volunteers. Families can stop by twice a month on Tuesdays from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. or Saturdays from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. Some Quad Cityans are making sure military families have presents under their trees this Christmas. The Bettendorf Police Department hosted its 3rd annual Pack a Police Car today. They partnered with Trimble Funeral Home to benefit Operation Toy Soldier. All the toys donated go directly to kids of active and inactive service members, as well as families of the reserves and National Guard. Organizers say they want families to know the community appreciates their service. One soldier volunteering today tells us the program helped his family when they needed it the most.
He was deployed in Afghanistan. He came back and didn't have time to go Christmas shopping for his 3 kids, and so he was actually able to benefit from this program, which is really good to see us able to help our servicemen who sacrifice so much for us.
My kids were able to actually have a very Merry Christmas. The parents showed up to the house at nighttime, put the presents underneath the trees so my son wouldn't know where it came from. And the toys were there, and from their perspective, Santa Claus had brought toys.
And more than 500 toys were collected last year. The Bettendorf Police Department is also looking for people to help out with their angel tree. They've partnered with K-Side to give presents to local seniors. Officers say these could be the only presents those seniors receive. You can stop by the police department at any time to receive an angel. The last day is December 11th. Kit joins us now. I think right now it's probably best to look short-term with the weather. We've got some good days coming up, but the next week is not looking so great.
Yeah, so we got one more day in the weekend. Going to be able to enjoy that. A little bit of rain in the forecast too, but those temperatures are going to take a nosedive very quickly. I'll let you know how much colder it will be coming up next here on Local 4 News at 10.
Find local news anytime on